What are you going to do? You're going to give me a kiss. Hey? Going to give Mum a kiss? Now you're just going to climb on me. Can you get a better view from up there? Can you? I think you're a bit big for my head, dude. Hello to you. Well, I'm just waiting for Jesse to ungrip from my legs. He certainly got me good, though he's sliding down slowly but surely. A little bit late in the afternoon, but perfect sun going down at this time of the night. Not too cold, but cold enough that I wouldn't want to be hanging out here for too long. But this video is going to be part 3, and really nothing to do with a snake being actually outside. That is to come, of course, because I really do hope that you have that in mind now, that you should have gone and picked your snake up, and the future that you hold with your snake, and what your plans are, and what you want to do. And as I said, I hope this is certainly a part of your plan to work up to where you want to come outside, to bring your snake out, to let them have this fresh air and the grass, of course, under their belly, which they love. But Jesse was at his door, and it really is, Jesse is a jungle carpet python, and he's a stunner of a boy. The only thing that he has, which is a bit of a thing with me with him, is he just grips really hard and hangs on, because it is just the way that Jesse is. And that's not about his fear of me, it's a fear of his own abilities to do things. Hey, you're a little bit of a funny boy at times, bit tough, but the best part is when he wants to come out, he just comes out all by himself. He's happy to come out, and that is the best way, of course, for all your snakes to be wanting to come out. So that, I hope, is in your brain and thinking of how you're going to care for your snake. But as I said, you've got home, you've brought this little one home, or you've brought a bigger one home. Not everybody goes and gets a hatchling. Not everybody wants a specific, oh, I want that species and that's all I'm going to have. Sometimes things come up, and you might see one somewhere at a show, in a pet shop. Now here in Australia especially, you can actually buy the biggest species of snakes, which we've never been able to do. So wherever you've got your snake from, no matter how big, well, I guess big or little does play a little bit of a different way of caring for them. Because a big guy, you can have a big enclosure ready to go, and make sure you've got that enclosure ready to go before you go and get your snake. Let the heating settle for a couple of days. Get it all done so that you don't have to worry about it. And I would hope that that is done by now. And you've chosen your heating, put the lighting in, all the decorations and the substrate and the hides and the water bowl, and it's just lacking one thing, which is your new snake. And so you're coming on home, and it's so exciting when you go and get your first snake, or for me it doesn't matter, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. It was exciting every time when I went to pick up my snake. I couldn't wait. I didn't sleep the night before. I was just so, I can't wait to get this snake home. And I couldn't wait to get the snake home because I wanted to find out what it's like, what its personality is like, how it reacts to me, and start building my relationship with that snake straight away. Now, yes, you can have a little handle of it and hold it and check it out and everything, and then put it into either a tub, because our Antaresia really do need to go in a tub. Not so much these as hatchlings. By the time you get them, they can be up to 8 weeks of age, and I do suggest that you get one, or have got one, that has been eating quite regularly, that you know you're not going to get a fussy one. If it's a first snake, believe me, it's very daunting trying or worrying that my snake isn't eating. Now, what I do suggest that you do when you get your snake home is offer them a meal. The meal that the person that you've got the snake from is already feeding them. And it, for me, already secures in that snake's mind that there's food. The snake doesn't have to stress about food. And I have found that all my snakes, or bar one that didn't eat at all, ate. Within a few hours of getting settled in their enclosure, were happy to take a meal and fed amazingly from there on. So you need to know, what your snake is eating. And at that point in time, the best person that you'll get that information from is, of course, the person that you've got the snake from. And I would suggest that you do exactly what they've been doing in terms of what food they've been offering the snake, how often. Of course, you can change that after your snake has settled in and made itself at home, and they do quite quickly if you've set up appropriately for them. I have found that most of mine have been seeking attention from me when I open the door of the enclosure or I open the lid. Their little head comes up and they want to come out. Sometimes they don't. It's just a matter of when they do and when they don't. And I've found that if they do, I let them come out, and yes, I do hold them. I spend time actually physically holding them. Can we see Jesse still? Or has he moved too far away and I haven't moved with him? So take advantage of those times of having a little bit of handling time with your snake. I do like them to get a meal in their belly before I start offering too much with them out of the enclosure or their tub. That is their home for whatever amount of time, and they really do need to be happy in it and comfortable in it. And once they're comfortable in, they gradually become very comfortable out. Do not do too much with them in all at once. If you are the person that is going to spend the multitude of time with that snake, you be the one to do some handling time with that snake, not pass it from that person to the next person to the next person. Be aware that this can become very stressful to them. They do very much, I would use the word, start to associate that one person as their trust person, as the person that they will form a bond with as they grow and as you've spent more time with them, and that's exactly what you want. That doesn't mean that your snake is not going to like other people. It's going to mean the exact opposite. Yes, they do need to be handled by others to get used to others and not just you. So if you do have a partner or an older child or whatever, share the snake in small doses. This is a gradual thing that you will do with your snake when you get it home. You will worry about feeding. You will worry about certain things that you might, it's hiding all the time and it never comes out. Well, that's pretty normal, actually. Don't worry about it. If it's been hiding for a few days and you haven't seen it, by all means, have a look. You probably find it's curled up there, snugly sleeping, and just keeping nice and warm, and you'll see them thermal regulate, but they're just a little bit shy. And then you'll have others that greet you the moment you open that lid. They're straight up and they're looking at you and quite willing to, come on, let me out. So enjoy at this particular point and learn, and start writing in that journal that I suggest that you start. You can write down also what they ate, and if you like, when they go to the toilet, also what else, when they're in shed, when they shed, it's good to keep time. Sorry, I'm just showing you my grass right now, but I do have big heavy boy here that I'm bringing on back. So sorry about the big moan there, but he is quite a big heavy boy actually. But this is excellent exercise that one day you will most definitely offer your snake. This also gives my snakes time to come out, and my big snakes, that is, go to the toilet. My big ones do not like using their home as a toilet, and I personally don't blame them. So there is a way in which you can toilet train your snake. You don't really need to bring your new baby out into the sunshine or anything, and until they're feeding and had 5 or 6 good meals. Then I would suggest that you could bring them out in a little tub and just take the lid off and allow them to make the choices of where they would actually like to go or what they'd like to do. Keep them close as little ones, of course. Watch for birds because they're very much, a prey item to a bird, the little snakes. Not so much Jesse, of course, because he's a big boy. But anyway, there you go. You've got your new one home. You're getting it settled in. You're starting to understand it, learn things about it, and it's an exciting time, and certainly, very different to your average bring your dog home and bring your cat home. I think it's even better in some ways that you can have such an amazing relationship with a snake. That likes to be around you and has no problem being around you or being on you. Hey Jessie, You don't care at all. Because Mum will keep you safe from those birds. So that's part 3. Just get them feeding, get them settled in, start learning some things about them, start writing it down, because then you'll remember. And next, I'll talk a little bit about problem feeders that you may have, and the shy ones and how to work with them, and of course the outgoing ones and what you should start doing with them, because it's a little bit different to working with shy ones. So from me and my Jessie, ciao.